I have clicked start recording. A
Beautiful.
bit of housekeeping then. Firstly, no Tom Feeks this week, which means we have our Movember 2025 challenge QR code in the bottom corner. And a lovely little thank you to absolutely everyone who has donated. At point of recording, it is the 3rd of November. And so we've only actually been moving for 3 days, and we have raised £746 for the Movember, which is phenomenal. So yes, thank you everyone. Thank you very, very much. We are Scott, how are your legs?
All right, it's better than I thought they were going to be, but I had an exceptional amount of whiskey last night. I'm not going to lie. I'm not working this week, but yeah. So I thought I'd have a whiskey and then add another one and then another one, and we had Jules Holland listening back to that this week. So yeah, legs are all right today. So I'll be going out on another long cycle run tomorrow, cycle ride that is, and yeah, I'll see how the legs go. But I'll probably have some more whiskey then tomorrow night to let people know. Is this a science? I like to think this is part of a social science experiment that I'm conducting upon myself.
Very nice. The other bit of housekeeping then is just quickly on 3rd edition. Everyone is releasing third edition content except us. We're not releasing 3rd edition content. We don't have any level of GW permission to do so. We're not going to get ourselves into trouble by doing anything too insane. We know as much as you do, which means we know what most of the book looks like because it's been leaked to a ridiculous degree. Quite frankly, it's no longer a leak, it's a burst dam of information. But so we know what you know, and we'll release content when you've got the box so that you can also see what we're looking at. So don't expect anything from us until that box is readily available to everyone, and then we will be the people's champion and we'll cover it then. I think that's about it, isn't it? Any other housekeeping before we start?
I think we're good.
No, they're good. Go for
Cool.
it.
Play the intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to New Dice Please, the bite-sized Blood Bowl podcast brought to you by the people at Blood Bowl Live. My name is Chris. Joining me, as always, Mr. Scott Bryant. Scott, what is your fish and chips order?
Good evening, Chris. Do you want mine or the typical Friday night chippy tea order for the family?
Now, your personal order.
My personal order would be chips, fish, onion rings, and curry sauce or mushy peas. Depends what mood I'm going to be in. But then sometimes I will go a bit rogue and have a steak and kidney pie.
What kind of fish?
Usually cod, but depends if they've got haddock on. I might go for a bit of haddock. I'm pretty blasé.
Okay.
Or lazy. I don't know. Same thing. But also, if they do it occasionally, I will try and get scraps.
Okay. Fair shout.
Scraps.
Joining us also Mr. Tom Hubble. Tom, what is your fish and chips order?
Usually cod and chips and battered sausage.
Wouldn't it be incredible if
do you have the fish and chips and the battered sausage on the side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Healthy appetite on young Tom.
You can have it as a starter or have it as pudding. Yeah.
Would it be incredible if right now I just said, well, I've got some good news for you, and your respective other halves brought you fish and chips? Wouldn't that just be...
It'd be lovely, but it's a Monday, and traditionally fish and chip shops aren't open on a Monday.
That's true. And I don't have that power.
Oh.
My order is I quite like Place, actually. I'm quite a fan of Place and chips. And I do normally get a gravy if it's available. But we're not here to talk about fish and chips. No, we're not. Having said in the intro that we're not doing anything 3rd edition until you've got the book, so much of the teams have been leaked. We are doing something vaguely 3rd edition. That's right. we're doing league friendly Stomp. We are covering, normally Scott and Tom and Feeks, if he's here, don't know what teams we're covering, but it is probably blatantly obvious what teams we're covering. We've all got the leaks, they're all up in front of us. We know what the teams look like now. We are doing league friendly Stomp, and the 3 teams to choose from are Bretonians, Tomb Kings, and High Elves. Now, appreciate we do not know what High Elves look like at the moment. So we will be using what are the Team of Legend High Elf rules for the purposes of this, and probably at some point in the future when they release High Elves like they've said they're going to do, we will then maybe do this again and see whether it changes or include High Elves elsewhere. So those are your 3 teams. Let's see which ones we would take for a lovely league run, which ones we just want a bit of fun with in a friendly, and which ones are going to end up on the bottom of our boot. As always, I will get us kicked off by saying that the Bretonian team I am taking for a league run. I think they sound really fun. I think the idea of having a scrum of all the players on the pitch and still doing a 3-out pass, 3-out catch because of the nerves of steel and the pass and the catch rerolls sounds great. I think the sculpts look fun. I can think of fun ways to skill them up. They feel solid. They feel like a really good starting block, and also with potential to just get better and better as the season goes on.
Yeah, I agree. And also Dauntless on all the knights. So that's Dauntless on the catchers, the throwers, and the blitzers.
I mean, that's tasty, isn't it? That's tasty.
I'm right in saying that Dauntless can be used across the board. It's not like a one person per turn skill.
No, it's per block activation.
Yeah, so if you have Frenzy, you do it for each punch.
But no, what I mean is, like, if the catcher does a block on a strength 5 player, that's not Dauntless used.
Everyone
can use it.
Yeah.
Keep on being Dauntless.
Yes. Yeah, that is gonna be an interesting one. Yeah.
So are you also taking them for a league run then?
Out of the 3, yeah, because again, I think it's the excitement of the new team, completely new skill set as far as I know, like wrestle with the squires, like you say, that nerves of steel and catch and pass on the respected catcher and thrower. It's a really interesting combination.
Scott, where are you putting Bretonians?
I'm either going to take them in the league or a friendly. They won't be stomped, but I'm at the moment, if I look at the High Elves and I take the existing High Elves roster, so lineman, thrower, catcher, blitzer, yeah. If I assume that GW keep in line with what they've done with the other elves, so everyone's passing has got better, so all the other elf linemen are on passing 3, not passing 4 now as well. If you look at a couple of extra skills that have been added, the cost of the linemen have all come down from 70 to 65k across all of the other elf races as well. If those skills are very, very good, then I will probably go High Elves for a league. Just fancy them. I think they're I think that, yes, they don't have that get out of trouble mechanic like the Nerves of Steel pass, Nerves of Steel catch, which is going to be a great help, for Bretonians. If that's your first team into Blood Bowl. And again, I think the sculpts are beautiful. I really do. I think I've already got ideas in terms of what I'm going to do with them, in terms of how I'm going to paint them, base them, color scheme them, all that sort of stuff already. But I like a bit more of that edge. I like the 8. If they keep the movement 8 catcher, he's got catch already. Will they give it something else? Maybe dodge, maybe something else. I mean, they've given the lineman, from what we've seen on the leagues, of Pro Elves fumble Ruski. So will they give something to the lineman, but then they haven't for the Delves or for the Woodies? So be interesting. So At the moment, I'm going to stick my neck out and I'm saying the Bretonians, I think they are lovely. I'm looking forward to getting hold of them and painting them, obviously building them first, because if you just paint them on a sprue, that's a bit of a crap effort. So what I'm going to do is, I'm very on the fence, but I'm going to have to make a decision. Stop pissing around. So I'm going to
Come on,
go
get on with it. Get on.
Bretonians. All right, Bretonians for the friendly.
Oh, Bretonians were friendly.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom, where are you putting high elves then? If Scott's taking them for a league run, what are you doing?
So for completeness, just to fill everyone in listening, so what we're talking about is the high elves of legend. So you've got a lineman, which is movement 6, strength 3, edge 2, passing 4, armor 9, thrower, which has got the same stats but passing 2 instead of 4, with cloudburster, pass, and safe pass. Catcher, which is movement 8, strength 3, edge 2, passing 5, armor 8 with catch, and blitzer, which is strength 7, movement 7, strength 3, armor 2, passing 4, armor 9, block. So it's an interesting one, but I just don't find it exciting enough. I think the fact that these new teams have been almost rebuilt from the ground up, they sound to me much more exciting. So I'd probably do the High Elves as a friendly.
You wouldn't take Tomb Kings for Tom?
I'm going to take Tombkins for a tournament.
See, I'm stomping on the high elves. I think I'm looking at it now and I'm just like, what are you bringing to the table? I'm just like, I don't see the point. I wouldn't be surprised if when they come to third edition and they get official rule set and they're not a team of legendary, I wouldn't be surprised if they look a lot different. Because at the moment, I just don't think movement 8, strength 3, edge 2, catcher with catch. Oh, I'm falling off my chair. Like movement 7, blocker, strength 3, blocker with block. All right. A thrower with pass. Cool. Lineman with nothing. Oh, well, that's dull. I just don't see what they're bringing to the table that is different. And they're very expensive. And I'm like, yeah, they've got slightly higher armor, but who cares? Like, I'm just kind of, I'm just not interested enough in them. And I think I think you're right, Scott. I think they might bring them in. They might give them a new skill or something. For like the lineman might get a fresh skill. Maybe they'll kind of change things a little bit.
Well,
I
if you
don't
hold
think
that, if you
Tumbleweed will be-
hold that thought, then Chris, just just play devil's avocado, as it were. So if they follow the suit, then GW of what they've done with the other elves. So if they knock Lyman down to 65k and give it passing 3, if they give the thrower, I don't think they might do anything with the thrower because Cloudburster pass and safe pass is designed for that, Hail Mary, the Tom Hovel special, go for it when all else is in doubt type scenario, or get the ball and try and score as quick and as much as you can as well. In terms of the catcher, I wouldn't be surprised if they do put another skill on it because all of the other elf catchers, I believe, do have 2 skills on them. And I think they will give the blitzers maybe another skill as well. But then the delve blitzers don't, do they? They only have block. So
the leaks would suggest that Elven Union throwers now have, I think, Hail Mary pass. So they're now taking your, I think, so they're now taking up your spot as your kind of like,
but Hail Mary pass is once. No, it's not once per game, is it?
not once per game, but it is like
I'm thinking the Glorial.
So they're doing this the kind of big throw thing. They've got that covered. You could give you catcher's dodge, but again, Union kind of have got that covered. I just don't know. Like they seem to me like, are they going to be the sturdiest of the elves? Dark elves are already pretty sturdy. Are these going to be elves that have incredible edge, but they've got like block, stand firm, I don't know, iron hard skin because they're all heavily armored or something. I don't know.
I'm
Like,
looking forward to finding out, Chris, and that's why I'm going to be taking them to league.
I cannot commit to anything other than stomping their heads in until I can see that they're actually worth it. And at the minute, I don't think they are.
I'm wondering whether they might have something like Cannoneer. So that's where you add a +1
Maybe.
long pass or
Well,
bomb.
well, you might be, but again, Chris doesn't like scoring too many touchdowns. He just wants to play it safe. He's bored. Basically, if it's not a lizard, he don't give a shit. Let's be honest. That's what it comes down to. Whatever it is. If it's not from the darkest jungles, if it's not rustling in bushes, Chris doesn't want to know.
My background is blurred, so you can't see my most touchdowns. The trophy that's just sat up there.
Oh yeah, the trophy that also someone helped along the way. So.
Yeah.
You both helped me to that. Thank you. They're not interesting enough for me at the minute. But I'll be honest, I was torn because Tomb Kings, I'm therefore putting as my kind of friendly or tournament team, and the only reason I think I'm doing that is because I would have to take an Edge 3 star player. Probably someone like Wilhelm Chaney would have to come in as a star player. The strength 5s are quite fun, but they are not a team. They're not an agile enough team or a quick enough team that I would enjoy playing them. It's not my play style, so I wouldn't enjoy them for a league. But I think for a tournament or for a friendly game where you've maybe got some star player points to play with, maybe you've got star players you can bring, then I think I can give them an agile threat, and then really make the most of those Tomb Guardians. So they feel to me like a team that I would. That's kind of the only time I would play them. If I'm allowed to break the rules, I would possibly just stomp on them as well, and stomp on 2, and then I will just play Bretonians in both. But that's where I am.
What do you think, Tom? Would you stomp on the Kings, or would you? Are you still going to go for the tournament?
No, unfortunately, I'm gonna follow suit and stomp on them. They to me, I've always liked playing bashy teams, but this one just looks a little bit too frustrating for my liking. The fact that they're all, well, the majority of them are all Edge 4 and 5, and yes, you've got this, what's it called, the secure ball thing.
Yeah,
that just slows everything down even further. So you're like, oh, I'm going to risk it and try and secure the ball on a 2+. Right, I'm still in my halfway on my back field. I've got to cage up because quicker teams are just going to come round the back and just take me out. And I just think it'd just be a slow progress up the field. And the fact that the skeletons are armor 8, the linemen are armor 8, they're just going to keep falling down. And I know I've heard other people say, oh, but they'll stay on the pitch because they've got thick skull. But, I've had enough of just every turn kind of playing a reverse Guess Who and putting the players back up every time and going.
Don't forget though, Tom, as GW said, you can buy those little plastic things that fit on the side now. The skilly loom, the next generation of me. And again, I'm going to be purely anti-loom band this year. But are they the next shit loom bands? I will. On behalf of New Dice, please investigate, because again. But anyway, yeah, I know what you're saying. But GW said you can still put your models face down if you want. Oh, geez, thanks, GW, because I'm only a tax-paying grown-up in this world who can buy alcohol, cigarettes, and drive a car.
Sorry,
I'm going to stop. Anyway, sorry, no, go back to Tomb Kings, Tom. Tom, go back to Tomb Kings.
So yeah, I just don't. I'll probably find that someone's going to play them in our league or something, and completely massacre everyone and have a fantastic time with them. But yeah, I can't get my head around how I would play them, to be honest, and they would just frustrate me for too much. So I'm stomping on them.
Okay, just to finish off the menage a trois, I would metaphorically stamp on them, but they are lovely models. and they have my new favorite model in the GW world, which is the mummy cat. So therefore, it's just a quality little thing. So that little mascot is, I think they're great. Will I get the box? Oh yeah, absolutely. Not just for the Bretonians. I will paint them up. I do think they look really nice as well. Will I probably ever play them? No. Do I want to? No. Like you said, Chris, they're not my style. Some people like them. Some people like that 1-0, 2-1 grind. But then, we've all been wrong. We've seen dwarves score 4-6 in our league, particularly before as well. We've seen dwarves win the tournament. So I'm sure someone somewhere will have them. I'm expecting Bretonians to be a tier 1. I'm expecting Tomb Kings to be maybe a tier 2. So, somewhere along the Orky type level as well. Because okay, what are you going to do? You'll skill them up. You'll put guard on the Tomb Guardians. You'll put block on. What hasn't got block? Or if there's anything like the throwers or anything that has got block, and they're not, as far as I'm aware. I apologize, I haven't looked at the detail, but I'm not expecting them to be anything. They're not going to be Edge 2, are they? Or even possible?
they're
Edge 3.
They're all Edge 4.
All Edge 4.
Okay, so yeah, right, fine. You're only going to edge on which is a 50-50 on if you're lucky. So yeah, love them. If you like slow, steady, and bashy, and absolutely clearing the pitch of your opponent, then go for it. I don't.
I think this is and I think this is worth acknowledging that I play lizards in an agile manner, and if I don't play lizards, I play Skaven or elves. Scott, you play elves or rats. Tom, you've just had your best ever tournament performance playing Skaven. There's no getting around the fact that we lean, and Feeks as well leans kind of closer towards Ad. She plays elves, he plays Skaven. We are kind of a bit of an Ad leaning group of people. I do know that if you play Bash and if you've played Tomb Kings before, I do understand why you're very, very excited, because coming with Brawler, one of the big problems is them not having block and anything like that. Brawler gives you a bit of a defense against that. Secure the ball solves the biggest problem that Tomb Kings have ever had, which is actually being able to pick up the ball. Even though you've got sure hands, it's still a 4-up. So I do understand why people would like them, and I'm quite excited to see how they're played. I agree, Scott. The models are, I think, really nice. I'm going to probably build and paint out the models and use them as easy access skeletons for some kind of D&D game. So they're going to be they're going to get used, but just not in the way that you think. So I want to acknowledge that, but yeah, just not.
Maybe Chris, we have to. And we've talked about this, and I know you're going to hate this already. I can see the hatred in your eyes already. I can even see the hatred in your idea and your thought and responding about what I'm going to say. I think we might have to let chat decide that between the three of us, if we agree for a tournament or, for a tournament, we all go and Feeksy, we'll drag him along kicking and screaming, and we all have to take a bash team.
He's moving in.
Over my dead body, Scott.
He's cold-blooded as his body.
Okay, Chris, how much would it take for chat, or how much would chat need to raise in terms of Movember for you to take a bash to a tournament?
What do we class as bash? Do we class?
I'm just saying. I'm just negotiating and understand what's your level of Blood Bowl prostitution here. This is what we're discussing. What will you not do for money for charity?
What won't you play for money?
I tell you what. I tell you what. Okay. How about this? I'm going to regret this. Right. I need to think about this, because I am. If there's
no, just go with it, Chris, because now you're overthinking and now you're stopping yourself.
Okay. A tournament next year, a one-day tournament that is not part of the East Anglia tournament series.
Okay.
I will play Bash, and I will let you two and Feeks decide the team. You're probably going to have to lend it to me, and
Ooh,
and
yep.
and you can build the roster. I will be completely within your control.
So
You
we
build the roster. You build the team. If you want to send me with 12 dwarf linemen, then you send me with 12 dwarf linemen. Whatever you want to do, right? Okay. Here
I
are my
think
terms. Here are my
what are your
terms.
terms?
Okay. If we get to so I've already said, and I haven't said this on the podcast or on any of our Instagram stuff, but I've said it to anyone personal that I've spoken to, that if I personally reach £300 for November, I'm going to shave off all of my hair. So this is going to go if I reach 300.
And how much are you at the moment?
I'm currently at 189.
Okay.
So only 111 left. So here's what I'll say is if I get to 300 and we as a team get to 1,000, it's 250 more pounds, then those are my terms.
Okay. And what we'll do, though, I think we should expand it a bit so that what we'll do is the three. So, for example, for you, Chris, myself, Tom, and Feeksy will come up with teams and rosters which we believe have a chance. So we're not going to send you in completely just for the novelty, just to see you have a shit weekend. I want you to go with a team like we did with Scott Phipps at Death on the Deben 2, with a team which is quite good and has a very realistic chance, of doing quite well. So we will each come up with a 1, 2, or 3. You then can pick which one you want. You can either, pick which, we won't tell you which is 1, 2, or 3, or we'll explain what they are, and you can random, and then we'll do the same for all of us. But they have to be a bash team, and so that we'll agree what the teams are when Mr. Feeks comes back from his sojourn, and we can make sure that we're all up for it as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to convince you that bash teams have a place.
You're not
And
going to
they-
do that. Let's not get carried away now, Tom.
And they have a place in your heart.
So those are my terms. I need to
Okay.
get to 300. So so anyone donating will need to go onto our team page, click on me, view my page, and donate to get me up to 300. And the team as a whole needs to get to 1,000. Those are the terms. Just before we kind of finish, would we like to know do you want to know what Tom Feeks' league friendly stomp was?
Can we guess?
Yeah, actually, both of you give me a guess.
I think Feeksy might do a bit different. I think Feeksy would do Bretonians for the league. I think he'd do Tomb Kings for a friendly, and I think he'd stomp elves.
Mr. Hovel?
I think he'll do elves for league, the Bretonians for friendly, and I think he'll stomp the Tomb Kings.
You are both wrong. He went for elves for the league, friendly for the Tomb Kings, and stomping on the Bretonians.
Well, he's a clown. Why?
And his comment was they're either going to be OP or flat in the new edition, whilst it balances out.
All right.
But we all knew that anyway. So it's like, just Feeksy, what are you doing?
I'll let him defend himself next week.
This is what happens when he starts shaving upstairs. This is what happens. He's anyway. You think you know someone, suddenly they get a Gillette Mac 4 and it's all gone south or north.
Well, if you have an opinion on where Bretonians, High Elves, and Tomb Kings sit in your league-friendly stop group, if you think we're right, we're wrong, or we're somewhere in between, Mr. Scott Bryant, how do people get in touch?
Mr. Chris Coe, if people want to get in touch, they can drop us a note, newdiceplease@gmail.com, all the usual cases, whatever case you want to send us to as well. Don't forget, we will put in, you'll see the QR code somewhere in one of the screens. Click on that, donate if you want to. Even if you want to have a personal email or a shout out, if you want to make a donation, we are more than happy to shout you out or call you out. Or even if you want to make a sponsorship donation, we will shout out your local tournament. Maybe you've got a local hero in your community. Maybe there's something you want to share with the wider community. Drop us a note. for a realistic fee as well, where, well, for any fee, we will shout you out as long as we're raising money for a bit of charity. And Mr. Hovel, if people want more Blood Bowl action, visuals, excitement and entertainment, where can they go to satisfy their urges?
Sure. So you can see us as well as hear us at Blood Bowl Live on YouTube, where we've just finished our last season 2 league. So you go and have a look at some of the games back there. The final was an absolute cracker. I'd highly recommend going to watch it. It went right to the wire. We're also on socials, Instagram and Blue Sky under New Dice Please. So again, if you've got any opinions about any of the new rules, anything to do with the new season that you'd be interested for us to discuss, or any kind of things to really annoy Chris with, please send it in. Let us know.
Ooh, and also, if you know how to get a GW Games Workshop NDA or any early merch or anything, any old shit for free, yeah, send us the links. Thanks.
Yes, appreciate this week was maybe more 3rd edition than we said we were going to do, but we were acting, or we were talking about the information that you've all got if you've seen any leaks online. So more 3rd edition content to come once everyone's got the box set. But thank you very much, Mr. Bryant. Thank you very much, Mr. Hovel. Thank you everybody for listening. We've been New Dice Please, and we will see you next time.